Beelzebub's Tales to His Grandson, Chapter 17, pages 134 through 137. The Arch Absurd. According to the assertion of Beelzebub, our sun neither lights nor heats. In order, my dear Hassan, that you should meanwhile have an approximate representation also of just how far that function called the instinctive sensing of reality, which is proper to every three-brained being of the whole of our great universe, is already entirely lacking in the presences of the three-centered beings breeding on the planet Earth, and especially in those of the most recent periods. It will be enough to begin with, I think, if I explain to you only about how they understand and explain to themselves the causes why there periodically proceed on their planet those cosmic phenomena which they call daylight, darkness, heat, cold, and so on, all without exception of the three-brained beings of that planet who have attained the age of responsible being, and even those many and various wiseacrings existing there which they call sciences, are categorically certain that all the said phenomena arrive on their planet completely, so to say, ready-made, directly from their own sun. And, as Mullah Nasr-ad-Din would say in such cases, no more hokey-pokey about it. What is peculiar in this case is that, except for certain beings who existed before the second Transapalnian perturbation there, absolutely no doubt whatever concerning this certainty of theirs has ever, as yet, crept into a single one of them. Not only has not a single one of them, having a reason which, though strange, has nevertheless some resemblance to sane logic, ever yet doubted the causes of the said phenomena, but not a single one of them has manifested, concerning these cosmic phenomena, even that strange special property of their common psyche, which also became proper to the three-brained beings of that planet alone, and which is called to phantasy. Having said these last words, Beelzebub, after a little while, with a bitter smile, continued to talk as follows. You, for instance, have the normal presence of a three-brained being, and within your presence there is intentionally implanted from without oskiano, or as they say there on earth, education, which is founded on a morality based solely on the commandments and indications of the Unibeing himself, and the most holy individuals near to him. And yet, if you should chance to be there among them, you would be unable to prevent the process in yourself of the being nerhitrogul. That is the process which again here on earth is called irrepressible inner laughter. That is to say, you would not be able to restrain yourself from such laughter, if, in some way or another, they were suddenly clearly to sense and understand without any doubt whatever that not only does nothing like light, darkness, heat, and so on come to their planet from their sun itself, but their supposed source of heat and light is itself almost always freezing cold, like the hairless dog of our highly esteemed Mullah Nasr-ad-Din. In reality, the surface of their source of heat, like that of all the ordinary suns of our great universe, is perhaps more covered with ice than the surface of what they call their North Pole. Surely this hearth of heat itself would rather borrow heat, if only a little, from some other source of cosmic substance, than send a part of its own heat to any other planet, especially to that planet which, though it belongs to its system, Yet in consequence of the splitting off from it of the whole side, became a lopsided monstrosity and is now already a source of offensive shame for that poor system Ors. But do you yourself know, my boy, in general, how and why in the atmosphere of certain planets during trogo-autoegocratic process there proceed those Gstaksavacht, Kuldazacht, Teinolayer, Peshakir, and other such phenomena, which your favorites call daylight, darkness, cold, heat, and so on? Beelzebub asked Hussein. If you don't clearly understand, I shall explain this also to you a little. Although I promise to explain to you only later all the fundamental laws of world creation and world maintenance in detail, yet the necessity has there arisen to touch upon, if only briefly, the questions concerning these cosmic laws, without waiting for that special talk I promised. And this is necessary in order that you may be able better to take in all that we are now talking about, and also in order that what I've already told you may be transubstantiated in you in the right way. It is necessary to say, first of all, that everything in the universe, both the intentionally created and the later automatically arisen, exists and is maintained exclusively on the basis of what is called the common cosmic trogo-auto-egocratic process. This most great common cosmic trogo-auto-egocratic process was actualized by our endless unibeing. When our most great and most holy Son Absolute had already existed, on which our all-gracious, endless Creator had and still has the chief place of his existence. This system, which maintains everything arisen and existing, was actualized by our endless Creator in order that what is called the exchange of substances, or the reciprocal feeding of everything that exists, might proceed in the universe, and thereby that the merciless Hieropas might not have its maleficent effect on the Son Absolute. This same most great common cosmic trogo-auto-egocratic process is actualized always and in everything on the basis of the two fundamental cosmic laws, the first of which is called the fundamental first-degree sacred heptaparaparshanak, and the second, the fundamental first-degree sacred Triyamazikamno. Owing to these two fundamental sacred cosmic laws, there first arise from the substance called etherokrilno, under certain conditions, what are called crystallizations, and from these crystallizations, but later, and also under certain conditions, there are formed various large and small, more or less independent cosmic definite formations. It is just within and upon these cosmic definite formations that the process of what are called the involution and evolution of the already formed concentrations and also of the said crystallizations take place. Of course, also according to the two said fundamental sacred laws, and all the results obtained from those processes in atmospheres, and further, by means of these atmospheres themselves, blend and go for the actualizing of the said exchange of matters for the purposes of the most great common cosmic trogo-auto-egocrat. Etherokrilno is that prime source substance with which the whole universe is filled, and which is the basis for the arising and maintenance of everything existing. Not only is this etherokrilno the basis for the arising of all cosmic concentrations without exception, both large and small, But also, all cosmic phenomena in general proceed during some transformation in this fundamental cosmic substance as well as during the processes